Yo, what is up, friends, foes, members of the Omni Council? My name's Daimien Kamiya, I'm the Omni King, and sorry you can't stick around there, Lily. But thanks for dropping by to say hi. Yeah, we're gonna try and last stream we really didn't get a whole lot of Act 2 done because we focused on events and then pulling Lalma. Once I realized that she could act like, again, I said before I had no interest in any of the Nod-Krai characters. That was true. Sorry. And that I had a list of characters I wanted to pull for. However, I made one exception, which was that Tartaglia is one of my favorite playable characters in the game, but I never really had anyone that could play well with him. And I said, I just want a character that can benefit him. Lalma only has great off-field Dendro application, but she also gives Hydro Shred, which benefits him just as much. So, the only thing that might change is, like, I'm running Shinobu, but there's the potentiality that I could change it to Raiden or someone else in the future. But for now, this is how it's gonna go. Let me just fill up my kettle so I can get a hot chocolate. Alright, kettle's going. Oh, Nika's here. I'm not in the game yet. There we go. Just make sure the audios are all on. Yep, we're good.
This should just about do it.
Nico, what brings you here?
Traveler? Hello? I didn't think I'd run into you here. Right. I should have realized. Master Jean told me you'd be here. We just didn't know when you'd arrive. I didn't expect to run into you as soon as I set foot in Nod-Krai.
Knew who would be coming? Did Grandmaster Barca?
The Grandmaster sent you a letter, didn't he? He also sent one back to Mondstadt, telling us all about how you were doing. Of course, all the knights back home are still figuring out how to support you. But the Grandmaster wrote that we shouldn't be hasty and that he already had everything in hand.
Things were indeed in order, don't worry. You even got me some amazing accommodations.
The Grandmaster's always reliable when it comes to important business. So when he says he'll handle something, we know we can count on him. But of course, if you run into any trouble, remember that the knights will always be there to help you. Feel free to come look for us whenever. After all, you're our honorary knight, a valued member of our order. That's what Master Jean told me to tell you when I departed from Mondstadt.
Nikki.
Huh? Captain Kaya asked me to bring it along. He knew you'd miss it. Guess he was right. Okay, I need a minute. I put it in my backpack and... Oh, here it is. Go on. Have a taste. I did, of course. When I was leaving, the Grandmaster at first, Master Jean protested that my main objective on this long journey was to deliver letters to Nod-Krai, and she'd rather I not overload my luggage. But after giving it much thought, I packed 2 bottles of wine for the Grandmaster. Otherwise, he'd be talking my ear off about how wonderful dandelion wine is while waiting for it to get delivered. Oh, right. If you crave fresh sweet madams and steak, Do come back and visit the Knights of Favonius' headquarters when you're free. That was what Amber wanted me to tell you. And that's all the messages I have for you. I should get going. Farewell, honorary knight.
Oh, and Yangfei's here too? It's like, fucking everyone's in Nod-Krai. Is there anyone like else just like lingering around? Wait, where is she? Hi, Yangfei.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler. It's been a while for sure. Didn't expect to see you in Nod-Krai. Oh, if only. Nod-Krai's even more lawless than I could have imagined. How should I put it? Well, that's just it. This place is quite literally a lawless land. Even if I was hired to provide legal assistance, I suspect it'd all devolve into everyone resorting to the Final Defense Manifesto to air their grievances. Ta-da! Here's your answer. The most direct method of self-defense. Okay, enough of that. The reason I came to Nod-Krai is to gather material for the new legal guidebook I'm co-authoring with Shinobu. The book's theme centers on the borders of law, and one of its chapters is about what happens when law and order completely breaks down. There's no way I'd be able to get an accurate picture of that back in Liyue. So here I am. As soon as I stepped into Nod-Krai, I knew I was in the right place. It's not like the law here has broken down. It's more like it never existed at all. And, unsurprisingly, I haven't run into a single person in my line of work. Being a legal consultant here is...
That seems dangerous.
Don't worry. I've got Adeptus blood, remember? Ordinary bandits can't even scratch me. In fact, I'm kind of waiting for someone to come and accost me. Then, I can drag them aside and interview them on how they survive in such a hostile place.
I didn't expect Madame Ping would agree to this. Thought she would give you something to defend yourself with.
Ah! Yeah, you have no idea. I spent so long convincing her to let me leave. I'm sure my horns grew out a little. Why, yes, we talked it through. I definitely did.
And you definitely said yes, right?
Yeah. Granny just loves me to bits, you know, and we spoke for ages. Anyway, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got an appointment with, the curatorium of... See you! Bye!
that was kind of cute. I'm going to be running this team for a bit, though, because I don't really need my team to get stuff. And I want to take advantage of using Tartaglia because I've had
I've
it for a while, and I've had C6 for a while, and I've not really used either much, so.
Yeah, if anything, looks like things are settling down. That's Llama for you. Hey there, Llama. We're back.
The cleanup work has been much more complicated than I expected. Solving problems that have built up over time is a tall order, to say the least. I believe it will take a few weeks more. Fortunately, those who remained appear to have shaken off the initial confusion and are becoming more proactive by the day. It's as if they've finally been forced to come face to face with what their faith actually is.
And it's all thanks to you.
No, I should have done this a lot sooner. I've been focused on taking care of myself these past few days, so I'm in a good place. And since you're looking after the Moon Marrow for us, I should be able to help you investigate the truth of the past.
Speaking of which, have you heard anything new about that phantom?
I've tried asking around, but to no avail. What about you?
Oh, we haven't made much progress either. But here's what we've got.
I think I've got the gist of it. Sounds like you've got your work cut out for you too. Don't forget to take good care of yourselves. In any case, please, come this way.
What do you see?
It looks so familiar. Shooting star in the sky? Wait, that's our spaceship.
What? Is it over already?
This appears to have occurred a long, long time ago. The memories I sensed are highly...
Spaceship landed in Nod-Krai near Star Sand Shoal, or so it seems. Matches what Lumine told me, but I want to know more.
Huh? What's the matter?
The flowers changed color.
The flowers are a reflection of the damsel's powers. Does that mean she's... Remember her mentioning she once used the Moon Marrow to restore some of her power.
Yeah, we should go see.
I'll leave that in your hands then.
Oh wait, here you go. This is the medicine you asked the Curatorium of Secret.
Thanks for coming all this way with it. You've been a huge help. Also, if I may, I have a feeling that Kuthar might be able to help you get a more detailed glimpse at the memories about your spaceship.
Oh, that's true. She's the Kutara after all. But we best check if she's doing okay first. See you later then.
All right.
Oh, she doesn't look... Sorry for
It's like I'm returning to the moon.
Wait, it's not that bad.
I sense the moon's power within you.
We got the Moon Marrow back from the Fatui. Can it help you in any way?
And what do you require this time?
Come on, don't even think about that. Right now, you gotta focus on getting better.
Has this become a habitual after living in relationships to mutual benefit for so
I
long?
might need your assistance in the future.
Oh. Very well. Give me your hand. Back to Earth. My thanks.
Your feet never left the ground. But anyway, feeling any better?
Significantly.
What did you do, or maybe what did
The
I
moon within your
do?
body. It is as silent as a reflection in the water. Fascinating. I merely drew forth a ray of its light from the water. Enough to keep me tethered to the ground for now.
I think I sense some other changes as well.
That is the moon goddess's favor. All things I come into contact with will bear this mark. It is harmless, and will fade over time.
Speaking of which, do you want to be the Moon Marrow's custodian, now that you've got your power back? It's supposed to be something that belongs to a god in any case, right?
It is the remains of Arya, goddess of the eternal moon.
So it does have to do with... Wait, what?
Did you not know this already?
Llama just said it was different from the other fragments, and that she could sense divine power within it.
And she is correct. When I drew that ray of moonlight from the marrow, I also drew some memories from within. That is how I know that it belongs to the goddess of the eternal moon.
But Llama also saw the past by using the Moon Marrow. Why didn't she see that?
Mentioned that she could only catch brief, blurry snippets. Perhaps it is simply that only a moon goddess could sense.
There were once 3 moons in the sky, each belonging to a goddess who ruled over it. But after the War of Funerary Flame, all 3 lay slain, and 2 of the 3 moons were shattered during the conflict. After Arya's death, her power coalesced into this moon marrow. The iridescent moon's remains have never been found. And while the Frost Moon's goddess died herself, her moon was never broken. As the prophecy stated, this moon would birth a new deity sooner or later. The entity the Frost Moon Scions call the Kutar. I can sense that my power belongs to the Frost Moon, but it lies beyond the false sky, too distant from me. Forget controlling it. Sensing it alone requires immense effort.
Oh, wait, let Paimon count this up. We have the Eternal Moon's Marrow with us. No one can find the iridescent moons. Does that mean you have the Frost Moon's Marrow inside you then?
No. It can only form after the moon goddess is dead. Consider it a form of energy core. You may as well ask if there are rocks on the moon.
Oh, so you're saying that you represent the Frost Moon's power, right?
Yes. Now, a god with a gnosis is named an Archon. Since you bear the moon marrow, does that make you a moon goddess? You do not wish to become one?
That's not really the problem here. Also, why are you so eager to pass that title on to someone else? Anyway, never mind this becoming a moon goddess stuff for now. We're asking if we should return this moon marrow to you.
I do not desire it.
Huh?
Nor does it desire to come to me.
And what does mean?
When I came into contact with its power, I sensed a kind of rejection. I can only guess that this is because I, too, am a moon goddess. 2 moons will not rise at the same time, let alone consume one another.
Guess it's stuck with me for now then.
You sure that's gonna be okay? Walma did say that you've hidden its power well, but the damselette sensed it just fine. And it's the wild hunt we're dealing with here, not some run-of-the-mill enemy. If it detects the marrow...
The wild hunt? You speak of that phenomenon as if you were describing a person.
Well, it sure looks like there's a person behind it all. Someone with a super clear goal, too. They've been after the moon marrow non-stop.
That seems to ring a bell.
Huh? Does it really?
My colleagues used to mention someone, back when I was still with the Fatui. He hailed from Conria, gaining abyssal power during the cataclysm, and he had a consuming fixation on the moons.
Conria? Well, we don't know if the phantom we saw has anything to do with that, but the details kind of match. What was his name?
I only know what others called him. The Reihir of Solnari.
One of the 5 sinners.
There was that title too, yes.
Wait a second. Dane mentioned him, didn't he? Does that mean that our enemy is Rerir, one of the 5?
If that was the case, surely he'd be stronger than this, though.
I have heard that he disappeared not long after the cataclysm. But when I asked my colleagues where he went, they replied, "Do you really not know?"
Why would they say that?
The tale of his final fate has it that he fell into the moon's reflection, from which there can be no return.
I think we already know who our final boss is.
There's just too much information.
I felt the same. They seemed to think that I should be the one who would know everything about the moons. But as I said, my prologue lies beyond the false skies. I do not even remember my name.
Oh.
Either way, following his departure, the wild hunt situation worsened drastically, and it has since become a byword for abyssal disaster. The present phenomenon may have inherited the same title, but it far surpasses its past incarnation in both scale and lethality.
Oh, to think that we're up against one of the infamous 5 sinners. That's way too much for us to handle. That incident on Star Sand Shoal must have been luck then. Or maybe he wasn't giving it his all. And even then, he still defeated Marionette.
Oh? What did you just say? Would you mind repeating that?
That's your ex-colleague? So, we were on Star Sand Shoal together, and she was beaten by the Wild Hunt, too.
That sound kind of happy.
No.
No.
She totally did. Are you two on bad terms or something?
No. I simply imagined the put-out expression she must have worn in that moment, and found it interesting.
She seemed quite shaken.
Oh, she'll adjust soon enough. She's very good at that.
Okay, anyway, we've gotten off topic. Now that we know how dangerous the guy targeting the moon marrow is, you sure you want to
If Fatui intelligence is to be believed, Rerir would prevail even if all of Nod-Krai were to stand against him. Perhaps something restricts him, if only for the moment.
Before I decide, there's a favor I'd like to ask you, Columbina.
What do you need?
Do you think you'd be able to show me what happened when my sister and I arrived in Nod-Krai? I mean, when our spaceship first landed.
Sure.
That was quick.
As I said, this to me is but a single ray of moonlight, Nothing to it. Give me your hand, and ready yourself.
Where?
Aether, come on, we have to leave this place.
What? Our spaceship. A long, long time passed after we landed. No one left the ship during that time, but Lumine found me from outside of it somehow.
Huh? How would that even be possible?
I don't know.
The secrets within memories are like cookie crumbs. Take a bite, and they go everywhere.
I think at the bottom of this. Nefer said, be nothing to investigate if Nod-Krai is destroyed first.
Alright, I'll keep the moon marrow with me.
Well...
I think the cool thing here is the dating quest is probably going to involve the spaceship, which is kind of cool because it actually ties in with the main story.
I could help you conceal the marrow.
You could?
Oh, detecting it within you is already no easy task. But I can teach you to further conceal its presence using Kuvaki. Like this.
Ooh!
It's like a so soft and gentle, just like the moonlight.
Can you sense it? You learn quickly.
Huh. Looks pretty sturdy. Could probably be used in self-defense in a pinch, huh?
Are you teaching me that?
Always here, Columbina? It's kind of dangerous out there, sure, but have you, like, taken a walk outside or something?
Dislike strangers.
Who do we rate on that
Slightly
scale?
better.
Slightly better. Once this whole business with the wild hunt is over, let's go for a walk.
The Frost Moon Scions have changed since you last saw them. Who knows? You might actually like them.
I will consider it.
She seems kind of tired.
He hasn't spoken this much in a while.
Anyway, thanks for agreeing to help us.
It wasn't much. The flowers here. They like guests like you.
Visit Silvermoon Hall from time to time to meet the damselette. For a certain time after completing the quest, your party will gain New Moon's Embrace effect. When in Nod-Krai, your party's moon sign level will always be Ascendant Gleam. Additionally, after completing a certain number of quests, you can claim a variety of other rewards.
Best let her rest.
I don't understand what this is asking of me. So this is what the internet is for. Oh, this one's already done. One week after lighting up the first moon? What the fuck? Oh, I see. So this, I think, is tied to... So this is the moon thing. This is tied to these things. Alright, well, I'll look back into that anyways. I'll leave the tab open just in case. It's just your conversation with Nemslet Talama.
The Raker of Solnari. Let's keep this news confidential for the time. But if this Rarier is as you describe, he will be a truly formidable opponent if we try to take him on by our strength alone.
Yeah. Things might be okay if everyone was willing to work together, but right now...
Let's stick together. Hope we'll be picked off one by one.
Whatever the case, let's start by telling those we can get to join up about the crisis. As it happens, we have our own reasons to protect Nod-Krai. But even if we didn't, we'd never leave people in the lurch.
Thank you. The Frost Moon Scions will stand with you. In addition, I believe that the relationships between the various factions in this land are not cast in stone. The winds of change are blowing, and we Scions have nowhere to run. Our faith, our sect, whether our foe is the Fatui or this Raker, we must stand our ground and remain true to ourselves.
Let's see. Speaking of allies, the Krumkake craft shop is the close...
Yeah, like I can buy the next one, but I need 70% before I can do it. Yeah, this is this Senlit Chronicles, so I just basically have to do all the quests here. But I'm worrying about all that stuff after I get the main story done.
Friendly approach detected. We meet again.
Listen! We've got updates...
Threat level exceeds expectations.
Phew, doesn't matter if he's the Rahira Solnari or Solari or whatever. One volley from Mike, you there when we fired it, right? If that isn't the kind of firepower that helps you sleep at night... True, but the cannon only works against shambling monsters, right? What if Rir's super fast?
Well, we'll just get a Neffa to go grab him and tie him down.
You're not taking this seriously at all, are you?
Anyways, firepower is not a concern. See those canisters over there? That's all concentrated Kuvaki, which we'll be shipping to Nasha Town. More than enough ammo in there to blast that Fatui research facility to bits in a...
You sure have been looking forward to this battle, huh?
Of course! This is gonna be the shot that shocks the world. All of Nod-Krai, heck, all of Snezhnaya will know my name once we're through.
In case our firepower needs are in your hands.
Sure.
I know. There remains intel left unshared.
Oh, right. Yeah. Since you're investigating the Wild Hunt, something... Remember that Sosi guy? The Ratnik in charge of firing the cannon? He's been found dead in their organization's offices.
Wait, what? Didn't we just see him, like...
Yeah, it's still new news. So, not many people are in the know. We were only informed because we'd worked together closely. And even then... I'll send a Neffa over to
Oh... He seemed like...
The data concurs. This gentleman appears to have been one of the most accomplished amongst the Lightkeeper's Sergeant Majors. His character has also received commendation. Most would have lacked the motivation to fatally attack him.
Oh... That makes it even worse.
Could it have been the Wild
Hey!
Hunt?
What do you mean? Either way, I'm not clued in on the details. Only Ratniki have been allowed on site to investigate the scene. You'll have to find some way in if you want to check it out for yourselves.
Got it. Let's go then. You coming along?
My tasks are incomplete. The last few batches of ammunition must be randomly inspected. You go ahead.
All right. We'll see.
No time to lose.
All right.
This must be it. Oh. Doesn't look like there's any chance of us getting in with that Ratnik guarding the door, though. Should we go speak to the guard first?
Might as well try squeezing blood from a stone.
Never!
I came over to take a look as soon as I received the news just now. I know, told you about this then?
Yes, you're just passing through.
Before we start, shall we see if we've made the same guess?
Is the Wild Hunt on the
Indeed.
move?
Quicker than we thought as well. Keep your eyes peeled for any clues once we get it.
But how are we supposed to...
Just follow me.
She catches me as a social engineering expert.
I'm sorry, but we're not open to guests right now.
Sorry about that. They're here to investigate.
All of them?
The paperwork checks out.
All right then.
Okay. I'm assuming he owed her a favor?
Paimon might have said this before, Nefer, but you sure do come prepared.
Shishich, my old friend. Fill us in.
Greetings. If you would allow me. The murder happened not long ago. The Sergeant Major was killed by a single piercing strike from a polearm. We have performed a preliminary sweep of the crime scene to facilitate investigation. No obvious signs of a violent struggle. No damaged doors or windows. The culprit must have used some other means to enter the room unopposed before performing the deed.
Entering unopposed. So, do you think there's a chance that the culprit would usually have right of entry?
Have been rare in disguise, like how he turned into Lumine.
At the moment, the most valuable lead we have is based on an eyewitness report from a nearby resident. Specifically, that Flint's was seen entering and leaving this place in the time period when the crime most likely occurred.
We know he uses a polearm.
We have tried to contact him, but he has not replied.
Very odd indeed.
So, he's the prime suspect right now, right?
To be honest, I'm not particularly inclined to believe that this was an inside job. Flint's can come across a bit eccentric, but he does well in missions on the whole. He also had no disagreements with the Sergeant Major that we know of. So he lacks the motive to commit such a terrible crime. But neither the eyewitness report nor the nature of the fatal wound itself are in his favor. So we are looking for him at present.
Looks like there's not much else to dig up here. Let's go outside and discuss what we've seen. So, the evidence points to Flint's, and he just so happens to have disappeared without a trace. A sticky situation indeed. We know that this Flint's could have been Rerir in disguise, but we lack the evidence to prove this to anyone else. Furthermore, Flint's has left us with many questions, all of which will require a reasonable explanation.
Yeah! He said he would report back to headquarters, but it seems he hasn't gone at all. What could he be doing?
I did notice there was something odd about his lantern, some power concealed within it. Power is somewhat similar to abyssal energies I've encountered before. In the worst case scenario, Flynn's might be an entirely fabricated
Let's approach
entity.
the issue this way. First, we must determine our culprit. Was it Flint's or Rerir in disguise?
It's gotta be the latter.
What reason would Flint's have to murder Sosie anyway?
None, as far as I know. And even if he had a motive, it would have been easier to do so out in the wild, rather than...
Yeah, they would have often gone out on missions together. Plenty of chances there.
For were, though, his motives would be just as unclear.
Yes, but there's one thing worth noting here. Remember the intel we got back at the tavern? No one has ever seen a phantom that can take the form of other humans. This means that he has been hesitant to abuse this ability, or allow it to become common knowledge, likely so that he could act in secret under other guises.
But no matter what, borrowing identities comes with risks, right? What if you bump into the person you're imitating along the way?
Precisely. In other words, his goal must have been worth the risk, similar to how he came in disguise to obtain the moon marrow. He likely knew then that the real Flint's would not appear and get in his way during this time.
And why was he able to determine
We'd
that?
have to ask Flint's ourselves, I'm afraid.
Well,
But
we already
shouldn't jump
said
to any
Flint's was going to
conclusions here.
headquarters,
We
which
can't
isn't in this
discount the
town.
possibility that he might actually be the murderer himself. Not yet, at least. And there are other, less likely scenarios. For instance, Rerir may have already killed Flint's long ago, and been living as him for some time now.
Regardless, we have to
Yes,
find him.
That is our ticket to a breakthrough.
Then we've got to find him before the Lightkeepers do, or we might never see him again.
Steady now. Our friend should be back soon.
We've tracked him down to a beach north of Nasha Town. The Wild Hunt is present too, so we're putting a force together. I'll have you know that this is top secret information I'm leaking.
Don't worry. You'll receive it. The beach is all yours. I'll stay and slow the Lightkeepers down. Things might go
Oh right, before we go, should we reveal Rerir's secret? Since he's trying to keep it all hush-hush, why don't we just... Hey!
Oh, I was just imagining how satisfying that would feel. Setting aside the matter of evidence, some may trust Flint's on our account, whereas others would suspect him on account of his behavior. Tossing him into a swirling tumult of public opinion like that might just give Rerir more up. And think about it. Once people learn that he can masquerade as those they trust, would they continue to welcome friends into their homes with such open hearts? Unease grips the hearts of those in Nasha Town already. We should avoid throwing more fuel onto the fire.
Yeah, you're right. You've really thought of everything, huh? Nothing for it then. We've just gotta find...
Indeed. But just in case, let me stress once more. We should neither be excessively afraid of Rerir, nor trust in Flint's too lightly. This light source is of special Lightkeeper design. It provides illumination within Wild Hunt anomalies and can briefly dispel the abyssal fog within.
All right. We'll have to deal with that mess, too. Yeah, this will be important. Thanks a bunch, Nep.
You're welcome. I've charged it to your account, by the way.
Hey!
Before I actually do anything, let me just double check how I'm doing on this. Oh, I'm good. Alright, let me just go cash in all my daily credit on my daily team here. Did I change Aino's sword? I just come to realize I don't think I have. I did not. There we go. I must have forgotten to switch that back after. Oh my god, she's so cute. With the sleeves. I sent May a picture of this. Try again. And she thought this was so cute. May has this iconic drawing style of drawing girls with overtly long sleeves. Oh yeah, I also have to grind out Risen. We'll do that quickly too. After I turn in all this stuff to Catherine.
Thank you for
Add Astra.
Yeah, Guild Wars 1's not going to get a lot of playtime going forward a bit. Between this, Borderlands 4, and then Guild Wars 2 updating next week. Or next month, I mean. Alright, let's go back to this team. I'll just go here. I'll just, wait, should I do this one or should I farm, relics, maybe? We'll go to this one. We'll farm this one. There's a relic type I really like here that I need for more off-fielders. Let me see how this works.
No time to lose.
Get with me!
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Forest?
Our bond is strong!
Taking a turn for the better. A bitter pill to...
I win.
Leave this.
Stand with me!
Oh, fuck.
No time to lose.
By the frost moon of old.
I'll settle this!
Shouldn't let your guard down.
I accidentally hit my 4 key on my Naga, which...
Our bond is strong!
Ridiculous.
You poor life.
Yeah, this is the artifact I want. This set, 20% skill damage, 25% skill damage, and then when the character's not on the field, it's 25% more. So it's basically the off-fielder set. Like characters like Farina massively benefit from it.
Forest?
Stand with me!
Remember, health comes first.
For the everlasting good.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
No!
You poor lost.
No time to lose.
Leave this place.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
You poor lost land. By the frost moon.
Our bond is strong!
A bitter pill to swallow. Seems like an emerge.
And you could die. Thank you.
Forest? Protect.
This way!
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
You poor lost land. With one heart.
Does her burst work while it's off field? Wow, I have a lot of EM.
No time to...
Stand with me!
Taking a turn for the better.
The doctor was...
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Want to burst as soon as possible when I use this, so I can A, build up more energy while I'm in the form, while I'm in the combat, the blade mode. But, so if I ever click off...
Bond is strong!
Forest? For the everlasting forest.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
I'll just use one of these. So that should get me on the second one, right? Yep, day 3 of 3. Let's go. 2 more days, and I have the crown. I can't believe this is gonna take 8 weeks to do. That's insane. And since I have to warp, let's just head to my home instance here and get all home instance. Fuck, Guild Wars. The teapot, and just get everything here dealt with.
No time to lose.
This realm is...
Alright. Cash in my trust rank here. Oh, we got some dialogue.
If you ever...
Considering how early I got you in the playthrough, it's kind of shocking.
I was just coming up with a new dish. Don't worry, nothing too strange. I want to go adventuring with you.
Again? Isn't that what we always do?
Taste testing is all part of the adventure. I want to go adventuring with you into the unknown, collect strange find new ingredients from all over Teyvat and invent new recipes for you to sample. Oh, the more I consider it, the more I think nothing could ever make me happier. You seem very quiet. I won't add any strange seasonings, promise. What I mean is, I'll definitely get your opinion before acting on any eureka moments. Also, I won't slow you down when we're out in the wilderness. And if I encounter any serious enemies, I promise I won't cause any trouble. First sign of danger, I'll run as fast as I can.
He says it's got me thinking.
Awesome. Anyway, I'll make sure to keep working on my cooking and any other skills that might come in. Anything to put.
No time to lose. No time to lose.
What? Is that?
Well, I'm kind of glad that I didn't have to,
This monster was lurking near the lamp. That must have been a plan. There's something. Huh? Why isn't he giving?
No time to lose.
The fight took place here. Did Flint leave these marks?
Is someone there? Please, help me!
Isn't that Flint's voice? Did you hear that? But is that really?
How shall the Savior save themselves?
Ah! More baddies!
Mind the side of it.
No time to lose.
Ah! We'll be in trouble if these spooky shadows touch us! Quick! Use the lantern!
Having a cooldown on this thing when they can attack you out of pattern is really fucking stupid. See, I had to attack the four in front of me. I could not attack the one to the side.
Hand it over. That was mine from the first. You're a fool. You again.
What the? It's stronger than before. Lantern now!
It either can purify abyssal energy.
It escaped again. This situation speaks for itself, I presume.
So, you were tangling with Rarer out here all by yourself.
So, that vile phantom hiding inside the Wild Hunt has a name of his own.
Let's try to spot the rest.
You don't look so good.
Sorry you had to see me like this. All the same, you have my sincere thanks for your aid. To think you had the power to so easily cleanse the filth staining the lantern, which tormented me so. Might I ask what magic that was? Or whose pupil you are? I believe I might have saved some face had I mastered just a fraction of such abilities.
I don't understand it either. Just my constitution, I think.
And an enviable constitution it is. A pity that such abilities cannot be acquired.
Why did abyssal power just burst out of your lantern anyway?
That is a long story. Many moons ago, when on Wild Hunt clearance duty, I shattered one of its cores only for a special crystalline object to fall out. I sensed a power surging within it that was at once familiar yet strangely illusory. I freely confess to being an avid collector of ancient gems, coins, and other curios. And curiosity it was that had me store this crystal inside my lantern. Afterwards, I wound up collecting a few more such crystals quite by accident, and discovered that they could merge into a single piece without my prompting. Though my understanding ends there. It was only recently that they began slowly emitting abyssal energy, which could neither be dispelled nor weakened.
Is that what Rarer claimed belonged to him? That must be what he's after then!
I concur. And here's the kicker. Before he was exceedingly weak. In fact, I've already beaten him several times, though I could not destroy him completely. But I noticed while engaging him that the crystal fragment would restrict my powers. As such, it occurred to me that I should hide it rather than tangle with him any longer. Alas, he has proved most fixated upon this fragment. And for some reason, his strength has grown by leaps and bounds since I last encountered him.
Contaminated by the abyss, why carry it on your person?
Where, might I ask, would it be? Were our places switched, would you discard it? knowing that its perilous might was beyond your ability to counteract, yet capable of causing greater harm should it lie beyond your grasp.
Yeah. Throwing it away would mean giving the bad guy what he wants. But exposing yourself to its corrosive...
Only those who shoulder risks are qualified to welcome in the turning of the tide. Those who flee when troubles come are nothing more than deserters. Though I shan't deny that I have your fortuitous arrival and most outstanding assistance to thank for my continued ability
Angel.
to speak such platitudes. Either way, it seems this fragment is now utterly still. That must have made it useless to Rerir. I doubt he would have retreated so readily otherwise. I imagine this wasn't the only reason you came looking for me, though?
Well...
Ah. I see.
You think the reason why Rainier would try to frame you?
To use the Lightkeepers to find me, I suspect. I did not inform anyone of my true whereabouts, so he should have had more difficulty tracking me down. They alone have the ability to quickly pinpoint my position. Our Sergeant Major has a Kuvaki-powered device that can be used to detect others who bear a lantern. They usually don't pay my whereabouts much mind unless they absolutely must find me.
You mean this thing?
Yes. Where did you pick this up?
We found it inside a lantern when we first charged into the Wild Hunt anomaly.
It must belong to a Ratnik dispatched to investigate the area, who, it seems, dropped everything and fled the moment they saw the Wild Hunt massing to strike. Well, at least they're not dead.
Guess it's not surprising how they found you so fast, then. But if Rerir could have shapeshifted into Sosi, why didn't he just use that Kavaki device to find...
Were he to use it, that device would likely fail to act as it should, owing to abyssal interference.
Ah, guess that explains it.
So not only is this Rerir ruthless, but a purveyor of dirty tricks, too. You might not be familiar with Sergeant Major Sosi, but he put his heart and soul into every mission. Our deployments are subject to orders from headquarters, and his orders were to be stationed long-term in Nasha Town. As such, he was very seldom able to go back and visit his family. He worked so hard, seeking to produce excellent results that might convince them to transfer him out.
Oh.
But every year they would say, wait a little longer. Wait a little longer. He often wondered if it was because he was lacking somehow. In truth, everyone had nothing but the highest praise for him. But good work does not always lead to good outcomes. The higher-ups would think, he's doing great where he is. Let him stay there forever. A most convenient choice for them, at least. Whereas his subordinates would think, wouldn't it be a shame if we were to lose such a talented, easygoing boss? So he waited. And he waited. Until the world closed its eyes in the depths of the night, and a lantern was slowly lit.
Well, I hope his superiors feel guilty.
No one could see.
The tragic
One that
story.
has played out many times throughout history. Another reason to take this Rerir's head.
Oh. At least...
And yet, what did the Sergeant Major have to do with any of this? Why did he have to die?
Could Rerir be angry that the cannon Sosi set up to fire destroyed the fragments he wanted to collect?
Could you take me to the scene of the crime?
You're a suspect
We
in
shall
this
just
case.
have to exercise some discretion then. Come on. Let us be on our way. I understand the situation more or less. Much has happened, I see. Either way, I suppose we were lucky not to receive a warm welcome on the way over here. It seems my fellow Lightkeepers do not wish to make this case public just yet.
Yeah. Guess Nasha...
Let's stop here. Since you two can enter, I'll have to request that you kindly pick me up once you're inside.
Oh?
You'll know when the time comes.
Still acting all mysterious. But he seemed pretty confident. Hello?
Ah, you're the special assistant.
Yep, that's us.
Is there a couple things we'd like
Well,
to take a look at?
You're just in time. We're basically done investigating the crime scene. If there's anything else you'd like to look into... Sadly, no. The motive behind the killing remains a mystery. And while we somehow managed to get news of Flint's, an unexpected accident, but considering that Nefer from the Curatorium of Secrets came forward to help investigate...
Expert use of delay tactics on her part.
We'll
Excellent
do our
work.
part too. Phew, we're in. Thanks to Nefer's reputation, once again. But we still know nothing about how Flint is gonna enter, or how we'll pick him up. Something the matter? Huh. That looks like Flint's lantern. But where is he exactly? Well, we've got the lantern. What now? Oh, Paimon almost screamed out loud. You never said you could do magic like that.
That's what I call
This
going incognito.
lantern may have a rather peculiar shape, but so long as it doesn't glow, it won't stand out in the dark. I calculated that you would have already entered, so I chose a spot visible from the window before using light to send you a signal. As I thought, you're both sharp-eyed and on the ball.
The perks of being veteran adventurers, huh?
What you just did, surely that can't be accomplished through elemental power alone.
Your composure is more impressive still. You're right. That required a little trick of my own. But let us leave such trivial topics for a more relaxed moment. Our time is limited after all. Just as I thought. Come, try sensing it yourself. Identical powers must flow from the same source. It was the Wild Hunt, then, that took my form and killed the Sergeant Major. But why do this?
To sow chaos by depriving the Lightkeepers of one of their commanders?
If the Wild Hunt's true form is powerful enough to stand against the world as you claim, I fear not even the full force of Lightkeepers could stand against him, let alone the handful of us stationed in Nasha Town. He would have no reason whatsoever to pick quarrels with individual ants. Let's look again more closely. We must leave no stone unturned.
The crime scene investigation is already complete.
Well, that makes things simpler. In that case, allow me to disturb the fallen. May the ghost flame guide your spirit. May you rest. When we fought, he seemed like quite a reckless foe. Certainly not the meticulous mastermind type.
Oh, if we can't
Desperation?
get any leads, we might have to go back and find Nefer. Oh, the longer we're stuck here, the likelier he is, which...
Oh, and look at the flashing light on his arm.
I'm not well versed in machinery, but that means his mechanical arm is malfunctioning, right? It might have been broken in combat.
No, that's not right. Paimon remembers this signal. We saw it before while repairing the cannon. It doesn't mean that the components are damaged. It just means that they're due for regular maintenance, so the device has stopped operating. But the real problem is that...
When we were fixing the cannon, his arm was working fine.
He even helped us find the maintenance port. It could still be a coincidence, but considering it hasn't been long at all since we were repairing that cannon...
The Sosi you met could have been Rerir in disguise. In other words, he played the Sergeant Major before disguising himself as me.
That's right! If only there was some way to prove it.
Someone needs maintenance. You go register Town's repairman.
Hintsa.
We had a short chat with him once at the tavern, but it's so late.
I know where he lives. The situation is critical, so let us now take up the role of uninvited guests ourselves. Ah, yes. And one more thing. Remember to pick me up by the window.
Why can we not just hold the lantern? Or hide it in our bag or something?
No time to lose.
Oh, it's you two. And Flint's. Given the hour, I guess it must be an emergency.
It is indeed. Our sincerest apologies for we're investigating a certain matter in connection with Sergeant Major Sosi. We'd like to know if he has sent you a request for maintenance to be performed on his mechanical arm.
Sosi. Oh, you know what? Forget it. I'm sure it's complicated. No.
Thank you for your understanding.
I'm right now. I'm just doing story. I did get one of the new characters though. I got Lauma.
A round of regular maintenance, but as it happened, I'd run out of the required components. His mechanical arm is especially sophisticated, having been designed by Aino personally. The parts too could only be made by her. As such, they usually take several days to arrive. In fact, this time, he even asked me if we could push his request forward. And I understood, completely. Not being able to use your hand, that's rough for anyone. But even more so if your job involves fighting out in the wild. So I did my best to convince Aino to rush the job. And eventually, the parts arrived. 3 days ago, if I remember correctly. I sent word to the Lightkeepers immediately, but he never showed up. I assumed he was just out on some mission or other. What's it?
You've provided us with some very crucial information, Hintsa. You have our thanks. We can't make everything public yet, but once our investigation is complete, I will return to thank you and provide an explanation on behalf of all the Lightkeepers.
No worries. Just glad I could help.
Thanks.
Good night. Hope.
I wasn't planning to get her, but then I realized a character I've been trying to use for so long actually gets so much better with her in the party.
While repairing the cannon was actually Rerir in disguise. 8 days ago,
He went from a
had yet
character I
act,
was struggling to find a
but at
spot
some
for
point
to
after
being on
that,
one of
he
the main
attacked and
DPS
imprisoned
teams.
the Sergeant Major. With the immense gap in strength between them, the job was finished in a single blow. And thus Rerir had no opportunity to discover the malfunctioning mechanical arm. Perhaps his mastery of shapeshifting extends only to outward form, and not therefore to complex internal mechanisms. Hence his oversight of the uniquely mechanical traits of the Sergeant Major's arm, and in turn, this flaw in his disguise.
You're saying he thought no one would realize his mechanical arm is actually made of some kind of black muck on the inside, so long as it worked, right? Still seems like there's a lot of guesswork involved here, but It mostly makes sense.
It means the only thing he did as Sosei was fire the
This
cannon.
also has me stumped for the moment. The cannon has always been used to destroy the Wild Hunt, and it works as intended. But how would that help Rerir exactly? Assuming he plans to collect the fragments within Wild Hunt anomalies, firing the cannon works against him, since it would blast those fragments to smithereens.
So we solved one mystery, only to dig up another. Whew. This is getting Paimon kind of down.
Been on edge for far too long.
I'd say it is high time we took a break. We'll have to fight Rerir eventually. And we'll do a poor job if we're not well rested.
Yeah, we should totally get some sleep first.
Interesting.
A reasonable suggestion. I have no doubt that my quarters have been turned inside out by now.
I'd invite him to the teapot.
My colleagues have never failed to live up to my expectations of their discourtesy.
Well, guess we'll just...
That would be good, yes. Feel free to put the room costs on...
I don't really understand why we keep getting rooms at inns when we have the teapot. The entire reason Madame Ping gave us the teapot was so that we had the ability to stay anywhere.
We can finally take a breather.
I suppose we could all take a moment to unwind. Had you already sensed the unique power within my lantern at that time? I see. Words truly do fail to capture your superlative insight. Fortunate then that abyssal energy was only leaking from the fragment in minuscule amounts when we first met. Or I might have been in for a real interrogation.
Yeah, hard to say how that would have played out. We've had a whole bunch of unpleasant run-ins with the Abyss.
Fixated on you, and you on him.
You mean to ask why I'm going this far to oppose him? Well, as a light keeper, I'd say I'm simply doing my job.
But don't play games with me.
You're covered in more mysteries than Paimon could shake a skewer at. You can't just get out of explaining yourself by making lame excuses.
All right. I suppose I do owe you some honesty, whether out of gratitude or the need to build trust. Your deductions have been quite correct. Should one wish to conceal oneself within a lantern, elemental power alone is not enough. You know humans well, and naturally you understand their limits. But some things that humans would consider difficult are quite normal in the eyes of non-humans.
So, you mean you're one of the latter?
Have you heard of how Snezhnaya was once the realm of the Fae?
Well, that would explain why he was speaking as in the Fae language.
But they still exist. As evidenced by the fact that I am standing before you.
We've heard some...
So wait, does that mean Alice is Fae? Because she has elf ears, and they've talked about this before. Chaska could also be Fae, because she also has pointy ears, doesn't she?
And thus did I experience.
And she was also, they don't know what happened to her birth family, right? Her birth parents.
Into my tale with my own hands.
She was adopted by Kukasaurs, and then adopted by a human family in the...
You cannot help but feel that swimming in any direction would
in her
be
tribe
equally meaningless. Would it not be better then to simply sink? But before I could sink to truly lightless depths, chance had it that I should be awakened by a band of Ratniki. They were facing a horde of abyssal monsters, and could not last against such a disparity in strength. Those who dwell in darkness for long enough become exceedingly sensitive to all light. And the first light I saw upon awakening was that which shone from their eyes.
Is that why you chose?
Perhaps I was moved by their valor. Perhaps I simply saw my past self in them, and was moved to action for the first time in a long, long while. But I was freshly awoken, and my powers were limited. I could not prevent casualties altogether. The survivors and I buried the fallen heroes. That was the origin of the Final Night Cemetery.
That's why you chose to become a light keeper.
Not exactly. I was just more familiar with them. So joining up seemed the most convenient way to experience human life.
Doesn't sound too believable.
Well, I believe it. Besides, I'm well past the age when one might believe in things that must be done. Nonetheless, there are still some things I will not allow to happen. The chaos that Rerir has been stirring up is one of them. Tomorrow I shall go and check our records to see if I can find any connection between the Wild Hunt.
If
Rerir, and
if
the
Alice and Klee are Fae, I want Klee to meet Flynn's.
Oh, I'll be fine. I keep a backup copy at my residence in case of emergencies.
Can you even go back there right now?
Thanks for the reminder. I believe they'll have checked my place, but they won't have stayed. All things are ranked according to their priority, and we lack the manpower for such an open-ended stakeout. And even if someone is waiting, I have ways around that. I am the master of my own house, after all.
All right then, we'll trust you. We sure ended up chatting for a while, huh?
Anyway, I hope you'll help me keep this a secret. I'd prefer others not to know about my past unless strictly necessary. Nor do I want to attract more trouble on account of being a Fae.
Weren't Fae said to have connections to the moon?
All right. Thanks again for your help.
Fae connections
Good night, you two.
to the moon.
Finally, we can rest. Let's go get some
In
sleep.
folklore, Fae are strongly connected to the moon, especially the full moon, during which they are thought to be most active, reveling, dancing, and even potentially abducting mortals. That would make perfect sense that the Fae are here.
So noisy here. Back in my day,
So much noise. What's going on this time?
Hey! Where's Flint's? Is he here? Or
We would be most obliged if you would pipe down a little, dear guest.
resting? We're all about... Flint's is a wild hunt shapeshifter, here to deceive us all! If we don't get rid of...
You'd better give him up. If anything happens, your business here is done for.
Or are you in cahoots with him?
What happened? But we were so careful last night.
Let me fishy about this.
What do you mean?
This would be talking about Wild Hunt
This is so
Shapeshifter.
confusing. What do we do? It's not like all the unusual stuff about him will... Okay.
Hey! Let us...
My apologies.
Hold on.
What in Tevat is the meaning of this racket? Are you intent on boss? Do we really have to entertain people who don't respect the rules? Call a few of your boys and have them thrown out.
And what hole did you crawl out of?
A watering hole, of course. The one you've just disturbed. A place to get a moment's respite from all the recent unhappiness. And to who'd have guessed people like you would come bursting in, shriek.
This is a matter of utmost importance. Exactly. And you sure don't look like an impartial party either.
Oh, don't I now? How about this then, boss? Let them do their search. If they find their man, they can have their little chat. But if they don't, then they owe everyone here an apology, as well as compensation for all the racket they've caused.
Wait, it's...
All right, all right. I suppose that's the only way.
Oh, all right then.
Well, I'd say that sounds like an
Come on, everyone!
No sign of Flint's.
But how can that be? Hasn't he always stayed here?
Done searching, are we? Guess it's time to uphold your end of the bargain.
You group of hearts.
So, Paimon, you've been waiting to ask me something, haven't you?
Yeah,
My inside man with the Lightkeepers informed me that you paid the crime scene a late-night visit. I surmise that you must have rendezvoused. Then, early this morning, a group of people gathered at the town gates. News spreading amongst them that the Wild Hunt could disguise. Everyone started throwing out the names of possible suspects, and amidst it all, Flint's name started gaining more and...
So, did...
And that's where I, Yehoda, the quick-witted, fleet-footed backbone of the curatorium, while everyone was super focused.
I got her to climb up to a window to help Flint's out, only for her to return with nothing but a lantern.
Aw, come on, Pa.
We initially intended to bring Flint's back to the curatorium and wait those people out. I imagine, though, that he wouldn't have left...
Might he intend to come back and get it later?
Well, he's out of harm's way now, so...
Oh?
What Paimon means to say is...
All right, then. Yehoda, let's have this discussion over at my...
Wait, where, let's... All right, here we go.
I see. So Flint's has a fragment taken from within a while.
Is he gonna be okay now?
Earlier, he said that the fragment had gone still, so it's probably of no use to Rare now.
In that case, Rare shouldn't have any reason to...
If I were him, I would have simply turned my attention to collecting other fragments.
A reasonable course of action. Remember what we heard back at the tavern? The actual number of Wild Hunt anomalies destroyed has been greater than Lightkeeper records would indicate. Some of these must have been Rare's doing. He must have been seeking more
This much is pretty easy to understand, but why would he pretend to be Soci and put so much effort into getting the cannon up and running?
Maybe because that'd be more efficient than having to clear anomalies himself.
Flint's mentioned that if the cannon were fired at the Wild Hunt, the fragments would be blasted into oblivion, too.
I'm confident that the ammo we're packing has the oomph to do that. But I am a mechanic after all. For me, test data and their conclusions speak loudest. Oh, why don't we find a few of those fragments ourselves and use Kuvaki to carry out a little
Our lab could certainly accommodate such a
In other words, we've got to destroy a couple of anomalies and collect fragments from them.
Lightkeeper operations have just about ceased following the Sergeant Major's passing. Meanwhile, the Wild Hunt continues to grow in scale by the day. I fear only we can keep the situation under control now.
Then we best act fast. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
A feeling we all share, I'm afraid.
The cannon Kuvaki, rear the bits. There must be some thread linked to all these factors. Besides, is getting revenge on Flynn's truly Rainer's sole aim? Missing some decisive connection here, but we're running out of
There
time.
are 3 wild hunt sites that must be dealt with urgently. But I believe we have the capacity to handle it.
Works for me. Nefa and I will take our workshop assistants to deal with one of the sites.
The curatorium will handle another.
And we freshman scions shall deal with her.
Paimon didn't think she'd ever get to see everyone here carrying out a plan to—
Never mind you. This is a... Let's head out then. We'll meet back up at my lab with the fragments.
You run into Rainier, do not engage. He's grown much stronger since our last
Understood.
encounter.
Time is of the essence now. Our foe could make his next move at any moment, so we must stay in contact with one another.
Gotcha!
Is this the point where you should develop a password? The lantern's
Anyone
gone?
seen the lantern? Has Flynn struck?
Yep.
Well, considering what you said earlier...
One second, sorry.
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here.
Oh, no one's guarding this place, just like he said. But
This way. Let's move. We're running out of time.
ah, there you are. Okay, let's split up and make this happen. Or not. How are we supposed to read through this many
Difficult, yes, but it is also our most efficient option. To expose the true intentions of this Rereer, we need to...
Hope we don't land on our heads then. Ah! Ghost! That file suddenly moved by itself. This is a graveyard.
Many strange things happen here, but this is not one of them.
But that file really did... Hey, come out!
Don't sense anything.
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log? Are we being given hints? I feel no hostility. On the contrary, it seems we're being aided somehow.
Really? Hey, seriously, another one? Okay then. Paimon will read this one. Finally!
The material I've read through has all been about past Wild Hunt incidents of enormous scale.
It's the same
Paimon as
here.
well. Guess that makes...
Whatever this is, it seems to want us to notice something. Let's bring our...
Alright, Paimon... All these incidents...
Wait. I've noticed something. Before the occurrence of these huge Wild Hunt events, a smaller scale one would erupt in the exact same location. And look, all these smaller scale Wild Hunt site reports share a common outcome.
They'd be detected, but would go inactive before any forces could be sent to deal with them. They could then be sealed directly using a tide seal stone.
Because then you're actively clearing these
Some of
sites.
these records are too old. I doubt he had regained the ability to act freely yet, or we would have met long ago.
Ah, and here's another similarity. Kuvaki and nearby soil completely drained. Could this be important?
Kuvaki and the Wild Hunt are mutually opposed forces. We Lightkeepers previously believed that these small Wild Hunt sites would temporarily go inactive due to being neutralized by the Kuvaki present in the soil. But now that we've synthesized all this data, there is a key issue this hypothesis cannot explain.
Wild Hunt's power has already been neutralized. Why would another large-scale Wild Hunt occur soon after?
Indeed. Despite the name, I would not call a Tideseal Stone's sealing powers watertight exactly. But for it to fail and the situation to deteriorate in such short order...
Paimon feels like she's almost got it.
Not suppressed by Kuvaki, instead it became stronger. Wanted to use Anno's cannon. He can use
Yes,
Kuvaki.
That might be it. It could be that when Kuvaki and Abyssal energies meet, the stronger side will suppress the weaker one. And while Kuvaki can indeed destroy small-scale Wild Hunt anomalies, should Rerir be strong enough, the Kuvaki might be his for the taking instead.
Paimon kinda gets where we're going with this.
This always seeks to corrupt. This is just like the abyssal threat the ancient dragons
What are you
face.
referring to?
Oh, we had a real close encounter with the Abyss in Netland. It's a force that tries to taint everything. It's hard to explain in detail, but basically, your reasoning makes sense.
The rear also grew stronger on account of the cannon being
Was there
fired.
a gap between him pretending to be Sergeant Major Sosi and the cannon being fired?
There was. Aino needed to make some adjustments after we finished those repairs. Rerir, disguised as Sosi, left at that point, leaving him more than enough time to shapeshift into you, return to the Lightkeeper's office and set up the crime scene, before heading over to the cannon's target area and absorbing the Kuvaki.
It all makes sense. And all that just for the fragment I had with me. It begs the question, what makes it so special that he needs it so badly?
That's still a mystery.
That's odd. We shouldn't have any guests. I'll go take a look.
We should go together. Oh, bird.
Ah, it's an ibis.
It's carrying a letter! Let's see here.
Situation urgent. The cannon began operating shortly after we left Nasha Town. It is locked on to Star Sand Shoal. Please return to Nasha Town and assist with all haste.
That's gotta be Rerir's doing. But why is he using the cannon again? Didn't he...
No time for speculation. He's already made his preparations. If you recall, his body was incomplete when we last met. If this bombardment continues to increase his strength, he might regain his complete form.
A complete sinner.
What should we do? There's no way we're getting back to Nasha Town in time.
Let's go to the cannon's target site. That's where we should find Rerir. One moment. Just let me get this news to Lauma. Nasha Town is in their hands now.
Go! Fly! Not a moment to lose!
You're here, as expected.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control. But it is also thanks to you that I found a way to return.
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna go your way.
Such faith in your companions. But will the inhabitants of Nasha Town understand why they wish to stop the cannon? I think not. When all they see is the Wild Hunt surging up everywhere they look, the cannon must seem like their only lifeline. This is the truth I have revealed to them.
But you riled them all up. You were baiting them into firing the cannon.
It's all of their own volition. The zealous worship of power leads only to annihilation of equally zealous proportions. True power does not heed the commands of the weak.
You were waiting for us to leave Nasha Town then.
Of course. I imagine the one you call Aino would have managed to stop the cannon otherwise. Shame, then, that you proved one step too slow. In their folly, the townspeople will bar the path of all who seek to stop the cannon. And your kind-hearted, weak companion...
Well, sir, you look most pleased with yourself. In that case, before you put us out, see this fragment. It once haunted your dreams, but now it seems useless to you. What is it exactly?
That is my corpse.
Sorry.
My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were not extinguished. Every last fragment calls to me. Sooner or later, they shall welcome my return.
What are you even saying?
Huh. So the terror of the Wild Hunt was in fact caused by scattered pieces of your corpse. I guess they don't call you one of the 5 sinners for nothing.
Serendipity guided the fragments to construct an incomplete version of myself, upon which I began collecting more within Wild Hunt sites across the land. But each time, the fragments I obtained were hardly worth mentioning, while that which you hold in your hand was my heart.
So that's why it responded so strongly to you.
Only by retrieving this most critical piece could I gain mastery over the turbulent Kuvaki energies and be fully reborn.
Hence, you fired that first shot, hoping to regain enough power to seize the fragment from me.
Are you completely crazy? Weren't you...
Dying? Such power has no hope of killing me. It may destroy my form over and over, yet always I rebuild it. It may smash my flesh and crush my bones thousands of times and more, but that is of no consequence to me. What truly infuriates me, however, is how you've destroyed my heart.
Go for another round then? It's gonna turn out the same, you know.
Adapted to the strength and flow of this Kuvaki. The next cannon shot will multiply my strength immeasurably. It will not be a full restoration, no. But it will be more than enough to destroy any in this world who stand in my way. Still, I suspect the Kuvaki will have rendered you down to nutrients for my consumption well before you have the time to kneel before me.
Traveler! Behind you! Look at that light!
Did they disable the cannon? Or redirect it at the very least?
Dang it! Who fired up the cannon without my say-so?
Its defensive barrier has also been activated, likely in anticipation of interference by malicious actors.
The air is thick with fear and anxiety. It's spooking the birds and beasts.
You're here. Looks like this was all part of Rarir's plan. Not only did he plant seeds of suspicion in people's hearts. See, Yehoda's gone in to scout out the situation. She'll be back.
I'm back! I'm back! Oh, it's bad out there. Rumors flying everywhere you turn. Something about the Wild Hunt preparing to spawn a wave of monsters, the likes of which we've never seen before. But that's not even the worst of it.
Lots of folks don't even believe the cannon can prevent this crisis, so they're getting ready to make a run for it. Others are trying to make a quick buck out of this whole mess.
How could they still be thinking about Mora when such
unprecedented danger brings unprecedented opportunities in its wake? A chaotic situation. Even those who flee without reserve put themselves at the mercy of the divine. Is it any wonder, then, that some will aim to profit? After all, a gamble that might rewrite one's entire life is hard to come by.
Even so.
Well, seeing as you disapprove of their actions so strongly, Lady Moonchanter, I suggest that you be the one to handle them. Not like that's the only major problem.
Affirmative. We must quell the chaos in Nasha Town as soon as possible. Also, the unexpected activation of the cannon entails a high risk of incorrect operation.
Well, about that, people have been talking about how someone might come to stop the cannon. They've decided they won't let anyone in.
What? I made that thing! They can't just take it from me! Oh, let me over there.
They might, if Rerir has already formulated some countermeasure. For example, he might have spread a rumor that the Wild Hunt would take your form.
Possibility, high. If they view the cannon as Nasha Town's only hope, they are likely to conclude that anyone who tries to stop it must be with the Wild Hunt. It will face strong resistance, but they're just ordinary people. Brute force must be avoided, if possible.
There's no time. Let's go into the town. I'll find some way to calm the townspeople. You find a way to stop the cannon. Oh, you're back. And you have a letter? The traveler won't make it back in time.
Wait, what? Isn't that the cannon's target?
What? Assessing risk level. Max.
So if we can't prevent the cannon from being fired...
Then he's prepared for the worst.
And we must ensure that his trust in us is not misplaced. Let's go.
Why is my dash not working? Like, I'm pressing Alt. I'm pressing Alt. What is going on here? Can I not sprint in this instance? I think they've disabled everything. All I can do is walk.
Most of those we've met so far have been attempting to escape, so they haven't gotten in our way. Looks like they formed groups to protect the cannon. If they believe that we're with the Wild Hunt, we'll have no choice.
Is that Lady Lauma? But are you really?
It's you, Rixa. I believe you recognize this power, having lived on Hisi Island for so...
I do, yes. But why are you here? Really,
The townspeople have been misled into believing that they needed to activate the cannon. I am here to...
But...
I know what you wish to say. Our island and Nasha Town have never had close ties. There should be no reason for me to intervene. But you chose to leave the island. You had the resolve and the courage to start. It is unfair, unjust, that you should be dragged into this mess just as that life was about to begin. I seek to redress this injustice, not only for you, but for everyone here who wishes to. Please, have faith in...
Thank you, my lady.
Then come. I need you.
All right, I
Seems we chose the right person for the job. All right, everyone. Let us meet.
Huh? You're not coming with us?
We won't be able to calm this storm by our power alone. As such, I'll need to contact some... Let's call them friends in high places, shall we? Let's go, Yehoda.
Okay. See you again, everyone.
Remember these words. The road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
It's you, Lady Moonchanter. It's her. Everyone, it's her.
You're right, my lady. At times like these, we must rely on ourselves. We won't let you pass, creature, aren't you?
Leave this to us, Lady Moonchanter. Go.
Lady Moonchanter, there's a child here!
It's all right now. Go, quickly.
You wretched monsters! You're not getting anywhere near the cannon!
The monsters you fear do not exist here. The madness you have fallen to has been the source of untold disasters.
You think we had a choice?
Destiny is no excuse for greed and destruction. The choice has always been yours to make, and it remains so, even now.
Why am I walking back?
Thank you for bringing us here. We can quickly overcome the barrier by going upward from over there.
The cannon is all yours.
Got it. Thanks, Lauma. Inefa, give her a crown kake.
Orders received and immediately deferred.
Please, everyone, listen to me. I will not deny that we hold different beliefs. But in the face of the immense threat that hangs above us all, we must persist in trusting one another. Otherwise, rifts will surely form, prized open by those who harbor ulterior motives. If your fear is born of helplessness, if you flee because you know not how to fight, then follow me, you who are lost. I am no god, but so long as we hold our candles steady and unite beneath the same moonlight, no deception or rumors can be concealed from us. Let us resolve then to defend ourselves and to stand
He
firm
turned into a
against the
centaur?
false illusions
What?
by which our foe seeks to beguile us.
I know an Inefa now.
Let's go, Inefa. This way up. This is making me dizzier than I expected.
So Inefa can travel on it, and Aino, and she's just carrying Aino. I like that someone had to animate that model. Looks so cute.
What happened to the path?
Track missing. Fall imminent.
Come on, come on, come on! Get out of there! Whoa, nice!
Preparing barrier breakthrough. Brace for impact.
Knuckle Duckle, what are you doing here?
Glad that they include the bosses in some of the stories. Not even like I even liked it when they included them in the world events, just to give them some canonical reason for
The cannon
existing.
is going through its final pre-fire checks.
All right.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki. Damage assessment. Incalculable.
No! I mean a manual brake, the primitive kind.
A manual brake. Understood. Roger that.
All they have to do is redirect it, though, right? Couldn't they just fire it into the sky?
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Sigisato passa sax, intili potutos. Necritus necrus baptusi, que omnes tu zonos pentusi. Osesticos palatin pirantur misurucu, topirtu aethion veratum.
Well, that's not good.
Sluggish, torpid. This body is a disappointment. I can barely muster 10% of my original strength. You've ruined everything again.
Let me guess. You didn't get a human body back, did you?
I want to understand what the full relationship between the 10 sinners are. Like, are they all friends? Like, were they friends? Because we know Gold was one, and she's supposedly nice. And then we know, what's his face? Skirk's master is kind of seemingly neutral. This guy seems to be more evil.
Granddaughter.
Watch out! Whatever rationality he still had when he was searching for his body is gone. All that's left is the calamity you see before you. A monster fueled by nothing but his own obsession.
Matters not. Having a heart, being human, it's all irrelevant. Completely and utterly insignificant. You matter not. Does anything in this world. None of it matters to me! Fools. Time to die! You too have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid. How laughable that you should die for their sake.
You're wrong. The unknown is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world. You're not the only one who got stronger. Polonia!
If the marionette becomes playable, I imagine this is pretty much going to be her build, her character. Oh, this damselette comes in? Not necessarily all of them. So, like, I imagine this guy's not going to be playable. He's probably just going to be the boss. Damselette saved them. There's no one else that has that kind of blue glow, so...
It seems this young lady aided in our escape. You have my sincere gratitude, dear madam. The flowers here bloom in such peaceful silence. I imagine you would not have invited anyone here were it not an emergency. Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then. In that case, I count myself fortunate to be your associate.
What did you do that for? I studied his abilities inside out, equipped Polonia with comprehensive countermeasures. We were going to settle the score.
But he still broke through, did he not?
What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided? I just didn't expect him to have no sense of honor whatsoever.
Yeah,
Polonia
she's a
would have been
Cinderay.
mine in a head of flash.
100%.
Battles just...
Oh, so you actually thought you could win. Have you been taking care of yourself lately? Your calculations seem to have deviated quite seriously. Perhaps you could try sleeping and rising earlier. Or you could adopt my previous recommendation and Listen here, Columbina. I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues. There's a Fatui warrant out on your head, and don't you forget that. Don't make me fight you right here and now.
Oh, I was just a little concerned about you, that's all. Just like that time when you weren't making any progress with your research. So you went and cooped yourself up all alone.
That was none of your business! And don't you ever drag me out to one of your freaky hovels again! Come on, Polonia! Well, anyway, thank you.
I was worried about you, too. Not only because the remains of the Eternal Moon Goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also because you've done much for me yourselves. And then well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too. But
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that. Please, call me Flint.
Still, what do we do now? Riri's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't seem like we can...
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plans for now at least. But we still don't know what his aims are, and he may continue gathering power. So we must be very careful.
after you left, I could no longer sense his presence.
That means it's safe out there.
A question, if I may. Kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked.
No.
I see. Curious.
Oh yeah! The cannon veered off course in the end, didn't it? Paimon wonders how Aino and the others are doing.
In that case, Miss Columbina, I shall not disturb your serenity any longer. Thank you.
Go now, all of you. Do not worry.
I imagine she's probably going to be cryo.
My strength.
She seems a very peaceful and caring person, so that seems very much cryo. She's also Frost Moon, I just kind of realized.
Fortunately, we were able to minimize the harm. But the Reikir of Solnari has now gained a complete form, while we still know nothing about his goals.
It seems we have done something akin to releasing a vicious Kukusaur into the wild. I'm sorry. Is no one here familiar with
Paimon knows what you mean, but that analogy seems more than slightly understated.
He said that this world means nothing to him, so it is possible that he doesn't have a reason to fight us at the moment. If his objective had been revenge alone, we would likely have no recourse.
Is there, still time for me to attend?
Juvia has some of the best facial expressions.
You know there's no running now.
So my cannon, my pride and joy was a hindrance rather than a help. You know what? I'm gonna dismantle it right now.
That's right. And it still works on normal wild hunt anomalies. Don't let this get you down.
Flints, we'll need you to attend to the aftermath with the Lightkeepers. Don't worry, I've explained everything to them.
My thanks. For that and for everything else I hear you did to help us arrive at the truth.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been so easy to isolate, you know.
Point taken. I will give that some thought. I suppose that's one way I'd benefit from replacing Sergeant Major Sosi.
You mean you're being promoted?
He's joking, Paimon.
Paimon the only one who didn't get that?
Well, if you've got a moment, would you like to come with me?
Oh, this is the the post major
I'd like to
event
send off on his final journey.
chat.
This man was like a lighthouse. Here he lived as if it were a mere matter of course, and brought light and grace to those around him. But people, once used to illumination, are apt to ignore the lantern's presence. Slowly, gradually, he came to think as such himself. I have achieved too little. I must do better. There is more work to be done. Perhaps his end was tragic. But I remain proud of the way in which he illuminated the path for others. Every shadow born of the light shall remember it.
Oh, poor guy.
I've heard that one too. Is that so? Well, you're right. It may seem that our efforts were in vain, that Rurir achieved his goals, but we will pursue him to the last. Even if the outcome is not what we wish for. It is not dissimilar to the role of a graveyard keeper. We do not seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace.
Oh, what are you two talking about? Care to explain?
Alright now, Palmer, I'll tell you when we get back.
Okay.
Either way, the Lantern Fae is not playing the leading role in these final rites. Lightbearer, with your blood you have paved the road to glory and justice. Even as we hurry on, bruised and battered though we may be,
there, I got a kitty on my lap now.
And look back upon the
Love you.
world and all its love and hatred,
Love you.
until it closes its eyes in the depths of night,
Love you.
and a lantern lit for you alone flickers softly into life. Thank you for everything, Sergeant Major Sosi.
Love you, yes I do. No, and I got I got three dialogue spots. I got Dory. Love you. Love you.
Hey, it's the Water. Should we go after her? Or do you have someone else you'd like to meet?
Love you. Oh, she's in town.
What are you doing here?
Was it not you who recommended such walkabouts to me?
Love you.
Yeah, but aren't you
What are you
afraid that
doing?
Vatui will see you?
What are you doing?
Sandrone seems
You're a
uninterested
very
in my
unsettled
capture,
cat.
and the
in
others
moments
are
like this.
unlikely to risk making contact at
Why?
all.
Why?
They have more troublesome
Why? You
affairs
begged
to
for
deal
attention. I give it to you, and now you're trying to clamor away. Or just at least be very unsettled. Yes.
Well,
sorry.
it's good to come out for a walk either way. So, how do you feel? Is Nasha Town to your liking?
Where'd he go?
The flow of Kuvaki is somewhat turbulent, and the people are ill at ease. However, is this where you purchased the dishes you treated me to?
Are you serious? That's what she's concerned about? Berries and fried meat? Well, we can take you to grab a bite if you'd like to. There's all sorts of delicious stuff out here that you won't get to try at home.
You've been quite subdued. Thorny questions on your mind, perhaps? I cannot gain any insight into his schemes, I fear. Now that he has donned a shape and form, selling his power short would prove a fatal error. But that power of his plays host to an obsession that borders on mania. I cannot say if that fixation is directed at the moons or at something else. Perhaps understanding the subject of his fixation shall prove key to repelling him in the future. Well, Sandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, while the doctor often orders people around. As for Arlecchino... Was that not what you were curious? Well then, have you been to that experimental design bureau of theirs? That weapon will play a key role in the Tsaritsa's plan. That's what I've heard, anyway. And what plan is that precisely? Well, I cannot say. I could look into the Eternal Moon's marrow for you if you wish it so. But after our previous attempt, I suspect your spaceship has been intentionally hidden away. Perhaps someone has certain truths they wish to hide from you. And I doubt there are many who could accomplish such a feat. Well...
Oops.
Well then...
I clicked the wrong button by accident.
Well, I still wish to return to the moon that belongs to me. That is where the answers lie buried. That is my true home.
Interesting. You followed me this far.
Haha! Right you are. I forgot to introduce... The name's Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master...
Really? Varka's meeting him? That's interesting.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are...
Alright.
Up to plotting and...
So I think now what I'll do is I'll just let's hit here. I still have some quests to do on this map. I got about an hour left that I can stream, so...
No time to lose. No time to lose. No time to lose. No time to lose.
Since I don't actually need to explore in this zone that I'm 100% on, I can spend my time playing these characters just for combat, and then when I need to start exploring, I can check the other characters. Merlin. The fuck?
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Where's the last one? I imagine it's probably going to be on this side. Something underwater. There we go. Last one. There we go. What was the quest I needed to... So we have Echoes of the Unfinished Past. Do I have that quest? Yeah. Alright. This will get me the last oculi that's on this area of the map, too. Can you imagine being Lauma and just watching this happen? And you're just kind of like helping people in the tribe, and then this happens, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Erlin, you're already back in my room. You're a weird cat. Just gonna open up the passageway underneath. Yep. The only thing that really does bother me is, like, I enjoyed a lot of the puzzles that involved unlocking the nails. Right? Like, I enjoyed the puzzle on the mountain in Mondstadt to build and unlock the nail. You know, and then I did the same in the chasm. The desert mentions a nail. Inazuma doesn't. I think it would have been cool for there to be a nail in each region that's tied to a world quest.
It's all yours.
There it is. There's the last one here. There you go, got it. Was this that woman again? Oh, right. I just realized. Aino and Lauma, I need to give them, the appropriate gliders. Where is Aino? There she is. It's always interesting to get a world quest that gives you access to this, to like, weapons.
Alright, this'll do.
The only two I can think of off the top of my head was that there was the Kazuha's story quest gave you a sword, and then there was one tied to the Fontaine world quest that basically was just a sword that could change. Where is it? This one. The sword that can switch between Osea and Numa energies. Increases elemental burst damage by 20%. When the equipped character's energy capacity does not exceed 60-40, their elemental burst is increased by 16. I'm assuming I'm able to craft that, right? Like, because refinement exists for it. Merlin. Alright, well now that I'm done story, I don't actually need to stream any more of this, so I'll be back to Guild Wars 1. So it'll just be back to Guild Wars 1. That's all it is. If I can, I may see about getting more Borderlands 5 in, but... Or, not Borderlands 5, Borderlands 4 in, but... Alright, well... I'm going to change my team back to my traveling team. I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes for this team to load. I do want to see, though, that new weapon I just got. So it was an attack bonus. Is there a character that actually benefits from that? Like, it would... I feel like it would benefit more to an off-fielder that bursts and then switches off-field. So let's go to Character Archive. And we should be able to sort by weapon type. Yeah. Alright, so we'll do sword first. So sword goes all the way down to Kaya. Aino's greatsword. So I can't judge any of the characters I don't have. But Lynette, it could probably pair well with if you used her off field. Her burst is pretty strong. It could probably also work with Layla too. But wait, I'm sorry. I need to double check this weapon again, how it works. Increases elemental burst by 20% when the character's equipped energy capacity does not exceed 60 or 40. Their elemental burst is increased by an additional 16 to 20%. So that would mean that... Okay, I see. So their burst is a 20% increase, but like if we look at Farina here... Sorry, we need talents. Her burst has a 60 energy cost, meaning that she would gain an additional 16% energy bonus. So anyone that has 40 energy would actually gain the most, which I think is actually Layla. Yeah. This could actually be really good for Layla. Because it's based on her HP, but who the fuck gives a damn about that, right? What is it? Moonlight. I'm looking at the wrong weapon here. Moonweaver's Dawn. It doesn't even list Layla. Wow. It says Clarend, Skirt, Kaching, Bennett, Kaya, and Jean. I guess because it's an attack scaling weapon, which Layla is not, but I figured the damage boosts you could get on this thing would probably make it more than worth it. Like, what's its R5? 40% damage with bonus 32 and 56. So, if you put this sword on a rank, on a 40 energy character, they'd get plus 96% elemental burst damage. Oh, this sword apparently works really well with Skirk because it keeps the bonus permanently active because she does not use traditional energy. I suppose though, like, what's... I need to look at some of these other characters though too, like Kuching, for example. Kuching's listed here. Oh, 40 energy cost, meaning Kuching, this would actually severely boost her burst damage. Like, ridiculously so. How do you refine it, though? Let me go check the blacksmith.
Points for agility. Oh, currently as of writing, you're unable to unlock refinement for the sword. So I'm assuming it's going to come in future updates. So probably leave it for now then. But that seems like a really good sword for certain characters.
I'm not the friend to come to for words of comfort or encouragement.
I'd like, you know, like, using on Kuching is one thing. I'd like to assume, though, that you could also use it on, Layla. Like, I know Layla scales on HP, and you'd likely lose some of that, but I imagine the DPS, though, like, getting a 96% damage bonus on your burst would probably more... Well, I guess not, because it would... Because, well, she can't... There isn't really technically an HP sword she can use. Like, I'm using energy recharge, but... Well, if that's the case, then I'm not really losing any HP by making the switch, huh? Well, I think for the time being, I might as well just make the switch then. I don't lose anything by making the switch, at the very least, until, like, not until I can get an HP sword, which I think there's only one in the entire game. Yeah, there's 2 HP swords in the entire game. One is the key of Naj which is a it is a 5-star, and I believe it's Nilu's weapon. And then the other one is Dockhand's Assistant. I don't even know what this one is. Was this a unique weapon? Is this tied to an event? Oh, it's available during an event this year, meaning I should have this weapon. Who did I give it to, then? I should 100% have this. It says May 7th to May 27th. I don't seem to have it. Did I miss this sword? Oh, no, it's a pull. It was just on rate up during that time period. It was on banner. It was a 4-star tied to a banner. Okay. I can't wait till they make an event. Like, I really like an event sword that's that, or even just a craftable one in the game. Like, I checked the... I wonder if I can buy any of these now. But, like, I checked these. Like, that's energy recharge. But you can increase HP through elemental reaction. This one is energy recharge as well, though it causes elemental mastery when causing an elemental reaction. Elemental reaction, or elemental mastery again with ER. Bloom damage is increased by 40%, and lunar bloom damage is increased by 12%. And then this is electro charge damage is increased. Like this, I feel like this would, I guess it'd be good if I made, like, I don't know who has to have this for that bonus, whether it's the Hydra, or, like, is it the person who triggers it second or what, but... Like, this could be a decent... Well, of course it has to be attack, unlike all the others that are using, energy recharge, but... I do not have a Nepha, and Flynn's is not in the game, nor do I wish to pull for him. I don't know if... Does this work on Hyper Bloom too, or is it just Bloom? Yeah, so just Bloom teams, okay. So this wouldn't work for Hyper Bloom. I played him briefly, yes, but you can't customize him or anything. I played him for like 5 seconds, and you don't fight anything. You're just walking around as him. I don't know, probably. I don't tend to invest too much time in those anyways, so...
Is this really necessary?
Unless I really need the weapon, like the one I have on Kinich.
Target acquired.
Oh, you're not dead yet. Now you're dead. And the last one is in the sky.
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
Alright, open the door.
Do I get a share?
You actually want this trash?
Oh, I see a chest over there. Let's go, Varessa.
Use your full assault. I got him cornered. Do I get a share?
You actually want this trash?
There we go. I almost got it.
Hurry up, Brassa!
Oh, there's something here.
So shiny.
The light will never
Wild Hunt.
Target acquired.
strike them down. I stand against the long night and purge the darkness. Light it up. Strike them down.
No, wrong skill. That's the one.
Locked on.
I
stand against the long night and purge the darkness!
Incoming! I didn't even plan to get any Nod-Krai characters. I only ended up getting Lauma because she benefits Tartaglia, who I've been trying to put on a team for a very long time.
Do I get a share?
You actually want this trash?
So shiny.
Alright. What's my percentage here now? I need 70. Wow, that is absolutely nowhere near as high as I need it to be.
Burn it down!
Do I get a share?
You actually want... Hurry up, Brassa!
Alright, we run up here. Hmm.
Are you running away?
Oh, whoops. I saw one of those money things in there. Oh, and a chest.
Everything has its use.
Were you not given toys to play with as a child? Is that it? 10 points for agility.
Merlin. Hi. Hi, Merlin. Thank you.
Hurry up, Grassa!
Defeat all opponents. Oh.
Rev the engines!
For the Lord of the Night!
Submit your soul! Sacrifice! Justice o'clock! Forever home!
I got an achievement for stripping his field away. Alright, chest time!
Out of the ground?
You really are a one-trick pony, you know. Ugh, worthless pile of garbage.
Stop yapping. Just take it or leave it.
I always like these celestial effects. Like Guild Wars, like one of my favorite maps in Guild Wars 2 is the like underground area in Desert Highlands from the dwarf mini dungeon puzzle.
this really necessary?
It's the chest. Oh, here we go.
Everything has its use.
Were you not given toys to play with as a child? Is that it?
Can you not, like, yeah, thank you, because I wanted to get this. I need 9% more before I can get to tier 3. But I gotta sign off. Gotta eat and then head to work. Alright, but yeah, we got the main story done, so I'm probably not going to be streaming Genshin anymore until the next major update again. So I'll probably just finish all this stuff off stream, which, in all honesty, is a lot more efficient for me, because especially with World Quest, where I just skip the dialogue, like, I don't really have to focus on trying to be entertaining or talk, so it's way faster. Even in Guild Wars 1, I struggle with that, because there's not like a whole lot for me to talk about and stuff, like, but you know, Borderlands 4 tomorrow, we're gonna part 2 it and see where we can go from there. This game is my ADHD nightmare, because I can't keep up with everything I want to do. But yeah, anyways, with that said, my name is Daimien Kamiya, I am the Omni King, and be a friend, foe, or member of the Omni Council. I'll see you later. Goodbye, everyone.